Kazaki show. I'm the Trev. That's too sweet. Anyway, continuing on with my division prediction reviews for the 24-25 season. Well, now we're coming to the Central Division. I'm doing this alphabetically. I'm not doing this by conference. I'm doing this alphabetically. And really, for as predictable as this division is, it really was almost unpredictable, just because of certain X factors that you're like, what the heck happened? But either way, I didn't do too bad in this division. I didn't go perfect. Obviously, I don't think anybody went perfect in this division, but that's okay. I'm not an expert. And these are just predictions. These are not, supposed to be set in stone. But anyway, let's go over my predictions and see how well or bad I did. Let's talk about it. Alright, so if you want to check out my original prediction video, just follow the visual. The link should be there. But, well, really the Central was, there were certain teams that were easy to predict and certain teams that were not easy to predict. And yeah, I didn't do too bad. I did a lot better in this division than I did in the Atlantic division, so there's always that to take away. But we're gonna go over my picks and compare them to how picks went during the regular season. So if you're unfamiliar, if you don't want to watch this video, or you want to watch this last video that I did and you want to watch this one, here's how my predictions went. And here's how the picks actually went. And yeah, no, I mean, there were some usual suspects, and then there's one team in particular. In my mind, it was like, okay, no, you should not be here, but you're here. Let's talk about how the season fared out, starting with number 8. So we're going to talk about the Blackhawks. Oh, Chicago. It was never going to be your year this year. And that's all not a knock against the Blackhawks at all. It was just, there's no team to speak of in Chicago right now other than Connor Bedard. And really, Connor Bedard needs a team he can bounce off of in front of him right now, just because the team they have between Bedard, Donato, and Teravainen, and maybe Bertuzzi if you want to include him, it's just not getting the job done. You need players that are actually going to score the points and help Bedard score his points for that point. A lot of points going on here, right? And the defense is abysmal. There's just no defense at all. I mean, the smartest move they did this season wasn't even really that smart. I mean, letting go Luke Richardson, only to bring Anders Sorensen into the mix as an interim coach, and you're still probably looking for a new coach, I guarantee it. At some point, Chicago will be a great team again, but it's not this year, and it's probably not next year. They need a lot of pieces, and hopefully at some point they find all these pieces. I mean, they got the goalie. I think that'll help them out in the future, in Spencer Knight, but outside that, the defense needs a solid beef up. Yeah, until that happens, until Bedard gets a team around him that he can actually play with, and everybody involved will get the points, it's going to be a long couple years. Nashville. So here we are. What the heck happened in Nashville? I mean, Forsberg was doing Forsberg things, but the big free agent signings in Jonathan Marchessault, Steven Stamkos, and Brady Shea didn't even come close to Forsberg numbers. I mean, Forsberg had Marchessault beat by 20 points. So whatever it was that, that Barry Trotz was cooking up, I mean, it's not working, really. I mean, Yossi's still Yossi, yes, but come on, what happened? These big free agent signings that were supposed to get you to the playoffs didn't even do that. You were mathematically eliminated before you were mathematically eliminated. Like, oh yeah. And really, UC Saros and Noonan, I'm sorry, that's not a goaltending tandem I'd be comfortable with. Nashville needs to fix the ship real badly, because that's embarrassing. I hope it's a quick fix, and I hope it's a case of they'll be back next year and be competitive. But I don't know, this could be some serious growing pains happening in Nashville. The hockey club. Okay, I know we're supposed to think of the Utah Hockey Club as an expansion team, but really it's nice to see that them actually having some success after leaving Arizona. I said it. And still look forward to their future. I mean, their future is bright, but at the same point, how long does Tournier have? Really, I mean, winning has to be at some point the priority, and finishing sixth in your first year, quote unquote, it's nice and all, but you have to win. That's the name of the game, right? But the future is set, other than, whatever pieces you add in between now and then. Clayton Keller, he came out this year scoring 90 points. Come on, it's only a matter of time till this kid's scoring hundreds. I mean, you add him, Cooley, Schmaltz, Genther, even Sergachev and Hayton for that matter. Oh, they'll be scary good when they establish themselves as the Utah whatevers. Before you know it, they'll be playoff bound, and we'll be talking about Utah in conference finals. I guarantee it at some point. But really, aside from Sergachev and aside from Vejmelka, fix the defense, fix the goaltending, and then you'll do fine. I guarantee it. Like, all these guys that are scoring 65, 60 points, they'll be scoring more once you fix the defense, once you fix the goaltending. You'll be seeing playoff hockey in Utah once you fix those. I'm just saying that, as a spectator. Either way, it was fun to watch Utah as a first-year club, quote unquote, establish themselves as an actual NHL team in a market that looks like it's built for NHL hockey. So, I was hoping for exciting things in Utah. The Blues. Again, with teams making smart moves. I mean, yeah, you call it a smart move now, but I mean, you think about it in real retrospective here. They removed the interim tag from Drew Bannister to fire him and replace him with Jim Montgomery, and then go on a complete winning streak that nobody saw coming and make the 5th spot in the Western Conference. I picked them to go 7th. But it was a good year for the St. Louis Blues. I mean, Robert Thomas went over a point per game average. Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich, Braden Shen even were all key contributors. Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg, probably the best steals on draft or offer sheets ever in the history of offer sheets. Joel Hopper and Jordan Binnington doing really well in net, and even on defense, Fowler, Parayko, and Falk, along with Broberg. I mean, solid combinations right there. And I mean, sky's the limit with the Blues. I mean, I think this year is probably the start of something special in St. Louis. I'm not saying Stanley Cup run. I'm saying start of something special, like playoff special. But always good to see the Blues playing competitive hockey. Just because any year where they're not in the playoffs, it's almost like, well, where's St. Louis? Not because, you want to see them win, but because you're used to seeing St. Louis on the losing end of the stick. I know, rough to say. But it'll be a fun series, them playing the Winnipeg Jets. Hopefully they come out alive. Minnesota Wild playing determined hockey near the end there to finally clinch in the last week of the season. I picked them to go number 5th, not number 4. But I mean, it was an explosive year for Minnesota as far as goals were concerned. I mean, Matt Boldy was scoring, Marco Rossi was scoring, Zuccarello, Frederik Grudor even were scoring. They did miss that time where Kirill Kaprizov was sitting out injured. And, I mean, even Philip Gustafsson was getting in on the goal action. So it's not like goals were few and far between. They were being scored from all over the map. As far as defense is concerned, between Spurgeon, Faber, Middleton, and Broding, it could be a solid core defense right there. Give it some time to develop, and it'll be scary looking good. And again, with Gustafsson and Fleury playing his last season in the NHL, it'll be interesting to see where they take the goaltending beyond this season. And, as far as the playoffs are concerned, they're playing Vegas. And the last team that played Vegas in the first round, it was bad. It was bad. But it'd be a fun series regardless to see Vegas and Minnesota. Colorado. So one of the picks that I did get right. Really, it was hard to place them at 3 when I was making that video. Yeah, I'm sure them finishing at 3 was hard enough to get through. And I mean, the Four Nations face-off really did a number on their big guns, being McKinnon and Makar. I mean, they came back, they played well, but almost knew something was off when they started starting to sit him for a game here and a game there before ultimately scratching him for the rest of the season. But I still worry about the goaltending. I really do, and the fact that they switched goalies in the middle of the season. Like they got rid of a Noonan, and they got rid of Georgiev, and they brought in Wedgwood and Blackwood. It paid off, sure, but you'd figure you'd have that all solved by now, right? Right. But they didn't, and, well, it didn't really affect them much at all. They actually played well. McKinnon, Makar, getting Nietzsche out of the Rantanen deal out of Carolina was a stroke of genius. Then Brock Nelson, I mean, if Brock Nelson stays longer than this season, then it's a good thing for the Avalanche in that trade, because it would have worked out perfectly. Solid top 4 as far as points is concerned anyways on offense. And I mean defense, come on, Makar scoring 92 points. I mean, it's not 100 points, and defensemen scoring 100 points is quite a rarity, but you got to think Makar is in top contention, if not the winner of the Norris Trophy. And then there's Devon Taves and Sam Girard. I mean, it's a solid 3 defense. Still needs more beef on it. I mean, if Josh Manson could be productive and muscle at the same time, that'd be awesome. But, and again, goaltending, like I said, I still worry. I probably always will worry with goaltending in Colorado, but I'll worry more about the series they have coming up with the Dallas Stars. I mean, because that is going to be physical. Oh, if somebody comes out alive of this series, they won't be strong enough to go into round 2, but it'll be a fun series all the same. Dallas. So, not gonna lie, I had the Stars winning the President's Trophy this year. I've been calling the Stars number all year, and I don't think I'm wrong to do so. I think it'll be a good playoff run for the Stars, and be fun to see where they land up. I mean, ultimately, look at this roster on paper, and it's almost like Colorado Avalanche Part 2. Being you got Rantanen and Duchesne, who are also the top 2 point scorers in Dallas right now. I mean, between Robertson, Johnson, Hintz, Granlund, Harley, and even Jamie Benn still contributing at this point. They got a solid top 9 right there. I mean, add Esa Lindell, Miro Heiskanen, and Cody Ceci on defense. Give Dumba some time and a good partner to get good with. Oh, they'll be scary, scary good. And Jake Ottinger, as I said time and time again, he's the goalie of the future. And it'll be scary when he becomes a really good goaltender. But either way, Dallas, Colorado, as I said, is going to be a very physical series. And it'll be Mikko against the Colorado Avalanche, along with Matt Duchesne, who took out the Avalanche last season with that overtime goal. Double overtime, sorry. It'll be great to see. Really will. The Jets. Alright, where to start? 191 goals against. That's a lot of goals that didn't go in. President's Trophy champs. I picked them to go 4th in this division. I certainly didn't pick them to be the President's Trophy champs, let me tell you. It's scary what these guys possess and how good they are at this point. I mean, Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele, both going over a point per game. And I mean, I'm surprised neither of them went close to the century mark. I mean, Connor was 3 points away, but he should have been at 100. I guarantee it. Add in Nikolai Ehlers, Josh Morrissey, Gabe Velarde and Cole Perfetti, maybe even Neil Pionk. This team is solidly stacked and good. I mean, even includes Sandberg and DeMello in defense. And yeah, solid. But I mean, again, repeating myself at this point. I mean, between winning the Jennings, winning the Vezina, and probably winning the Hart, Hellebuck was the most important part of this team this season. With his 8 shutouts and keeping the team down to a 191 goals against. Yeah, he was very, very vital, very, very important to this team and their success. I mean, his back must be sore from carrying the team that well. But either way, they get St. Louis in the first round as St. Louis drew the wild card. And I would expect that to be an intense series. But if this Winnipeg shows up next year and does the same kind of numbers, you can't rule them out as cup contenders anymore if they did another one like that. So there's another one of them Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you made it to this point. If you have made it to this point, just know that I am very, very thankful. I mean, that does help the watch time a lot. If there's ever one thing that I'll never say no to is help with watching the watch time. So I do appreciate you being here, but if you've made it to this point, or if you're just wanting to say hey or dig what I'm doing, feel free to hit that like button. Trust me, it goes a long, long way. If you want to, if you haven't done so by now, that red button that says subscribe all over it, come on, you know you want to hit it. I know you want to hit it. The algorithm knows you want to hit it. I mean, we're pushing for 500 by the end of the year. So let's help this guy out. Let's make that happen. If you want, that link in my description below, that'll take you to my Facebook page. Feel free to join me there. I mean, it's free, for one. And I'm posting a lot on it these days, so that's 2. And yeah, no, it'd be great to include you and have everybody jump in on conversation when the conversation arises. Alright, so moving forward, I got 2 more of these division prediction things, and then I have playoff predictions to pump out. But either way, those are coming through the tank. You should see them tomorrow, Saturday at the latest. But either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for reviews. Trev, later.